Welcome to the YCN Game of the Week. This week, YCN travels to Hanover as the Marauders host their rivals, the Raiders of Lebanon, in this annual Principals Cup matchup. Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough, the home energy specialist, and Kearsarge Heating Oils. Kasasa, free checking that pays, now available at Claremont Savings Bank. And La Valley Building Supplies, for home improvement and construction from concept to completion.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Stout, joined by Andrew Zerhide for tonight's annual matchup, Principals Cup, between the Hanover Marauders and the Lebanon Raiders. And Andrew, first, this Hanover team, a couple guys that we should be watching. They have a pretty balanced attack. Yeah, they do. We'll be keeping an eye on Connor Stafford, their quarterback. He's very athletic. And, of course, Reed Winter, who has been the Marauders' workhorse all season long. And when we talk about Lebanon, they basically have one guy they focus on. That's the man out of the backfield, Ryan Milliken. Yeah, Ryan Milliken has been tough all year long against opponents. He's really been a huge part of this Lebanon offense. Breaking tackles, athletic, small, quick, he can do it all. All right, it'll be an exciting matchup. When we come back, we have the annual Principals Cup, Lebanon Hanover, kickoff after this. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, just about set for kickoff. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover as the Raiders take on the Marauders, and the Marauders will kick off to start this game. Fielded nicely by Lebanon at the 10-yard line. Breaks free up the middle. Got a couple tacklers to miss, and looks like that's Ryan Milliken. He'll start the day right off with a nice kick return where Lebanon will start from their own 44-yard line. Nice return there by Milliken. Start off the game. Let's see if they'll go right back to him. And they will, as we mentioned in the pregame. That's basically their workhorse. Ryan Milliken, a multi-sport star. So we'll see where they go. Stafford hands it off to Milliken, as expected up the middle, but he will get no gain. Excuse me, Caleb Broughton with the handoff. Caleb Broughton under center for the Raiders. We will see Connor Stafford under center for the Marauders of Hanover. Pickup of 1 on the rush. Cool, windy evening here in Hanover. Yeah, very chilly. Pitch to Milliken. Tosses to the outside, but no room there to run. Hanover defense expecting both of those runs. Doing a good job of shutting Milliken down. That will be a challenge tonight for Lebanon, is how do they get their power rushing attack with Milliken going when Hanover knows it's coming every time. So we'll see what they do here on 3rd and 10. Receiver to the near side here. Drops back to throw. Got a man open. Nice catch. Just across the 50 and a first down there for the Raiders. And I believe that was Matthew Elander on the catch. Nice 3rd down conversion. It'll be first down at the 39. Yes, Matt Islander is a basketball star as well, so a lot of these cross-sport athletes, and we did see Lebanon basketball coach Keith Maddy here on the sideline earlier, watching some of his basketball players play football tonight. There's Milliken with a handoff again. A nice little juke to make the first man miss, and he'll get a gain of 2 yards. Yeah, good job by Milliken there. Could have been a loss of yards, but he juked a defender and picked up a couple. Better than a loss. Hanover comes into this game a surprising 3-0. We were here for their lone home victory against Merrimack Valley. They have been 3-0. This is the first time they've been 3-0 since winning the school's last championship in 2005. Quick handoff up the middle. Moves the pile about a yard, but not much more for Islander. Lebanon comes in with a 2-1 record, taking a tough loss last week. Yeah, John Stark beat up on the Raiders 42-6 last week. And John Stark is probably the top team in the division. But as we heard, Lebanon, I guess, didn't play very well. Yeah, Coach Childs, before the game, I was talking to him, and he said they definitely could have played better, not taking anything away from John Stark. They could have played better, but John Stark clearly one of the better teams. Lebanon coming out nicely with another throw and catch.
Yeah, Matt Islander again with the reception for the third down conversion.
Caleb Broughton has looked sharp in the pocket, and that's one thing that we have not seen much of in the games that we've done here on YCN, where the first game I was at, the Merrimack Valley Hanover game, it was all Hanover and all on the ground, and then last week, of course, Justin Norris from Kearsarge. Broughton will drop back again, scrambling in the pocket. He's got some room to run. Makes one guy miss and falls forward for a short gain.
Nice athleticism there by Broughton. Looked like he was going to get sacked for a little bit, but he rolled to the right, picked up a few yards.
And this drive started back on the Raider 43 after a nice kickoff return of just about 33 yards by Milliken. He's been involved on this drive from the beginning. Touched the ball. A few nice rushes. He's lined up in the backfield with Islander matched up to his right, but there's going to be a quick penalty, false start on the Raiders.
Yeah, Nate Perkins, you could see him jump the line a little too early there. He did have some space, so, I mean, he wanted to catch the ball, but just a little too anxious.
Yeah, he could see he had a little room to run, and play call in the huddle might have been to him. He is one of the primary receivers, but obviously we've seen Islander out of the backfield a couple times catching some nice balls, but Perkins will be their main threat on the outside, and he is in a one-on-one matchup tonight with Avery Monahan. Broughton rolls to his left, looking and fires down the field over the head of Islander, and incomplete.
Looked to me like there was a little bit of contact before the ball got there, and Islanders slow to get up.
Yeah, take another look at that, and there was just a little bit. The refs must have thought maybe some incidental contact. No flag on the play. Islander a little shaken up. He will take a seat, come out of the game, and Milliken's in now as the main running back, but looks like he'll line up in the off the line of scrimmage just a bit with Solomon Mellish in the backfield. Broughton scrambling, he has two men in his face, throws it up.
Ooh.
And incomplete. Looked like it was in and out of the hands of Nate Perkins. So that'll bring up fourth down and 15 yards after the false start penalty. Lebanon was unable to move the ball. So it'll be 4th and 15 here on the opening drive for Lebanon. 7:32 remaining in the first quarter. Ball spotted at the Hanover 31. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here on the YCN Game of the Week. See what Lebanon comes up with on this fourth down. Andrew, it's one of those 50-50 positions. They're deep enough, they don't really want to punt, but you're not kicking a field goal, so might as well just go for it and try and get a few yards.
Right, if they don't get it, that leaves Hanover in very far back field position. Oh, flag down.
Flag on the play. Broughton rolling out. He has a man. Perkins wide open in the end zone. And that's a touchdown.
Oh, might be called back.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play. Flag's at about the 40-yard line in the area of holding, and the ref does say it's holding on the Raiders, so that'll push them back. Now you wonder if they might just punt it away.
Right, yeah, now they're pushed back a good distance, and I think punting is really the best option because, what is it, 4th down and 25 about?
Yeah, they need to get. Yeah, they need to get to the 17, and the line of scrimmage is just about the 50. So that's a long way. By my math, it's 33 yards.
Okay.
So that's the thing. When those penalties happen, it's in the backfield, so it's really a penalty of more than 10 yards.
Yeah, right.
So they will punt away, no question about it.
And the Hanover defense putting a lot of pressure on Lebanon.
Kick is away. Islander with the kick. Received at the 14-yard line by the Hanover return man. He makes one would-be tackler miss, and he'll run it up to about the 31, where Hanover will take over for their first possession. We'll take a quick break. We'll step aside. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Hanover taking possession for the first time tonight.
The YCN Game of the Week and Saturday YCN Live College Game Day is brought to you by H.R. Clough, the home energy specialist, and La Valley Building Supply. Thank them for making this coverage possible.
So Hanover starting at their own 32. Immediate handoff right up the middle goes Reed Winter. We mentioned him in the pregame, and he will get the bulk of the carries for the Marauders. And right there, you see what he can do just running into the line of scrimmage, but a nice pickup of 3 yards.
Yeah, and as you just said, expect to see Winter a lot tonight. They hand the ball off to him like crazy, so he's really been their workhorse so far, and I'm sure it will continue tonight.
Number 14, Connor Stafford, the QB. He's under center. Man goes in motion. Stafford hands off again to Winter up the middle. Breaks a few tackles and be down just at the sticks. Looks like he might have enough, and he does. First down, Hanover.
Nice job by the Marauders moving the chains quickly, not wasting a lot of time. And both teams really have a strong running back, so, I mean, the defense has got to be aware of the running game. And it looked as if the Marauders were definitely ready for it on that Lebanon drive.
They were indeed, and the fact that Broughton threw a couple nice balls, but defended well by the Marauders. Here's Winter again up the middle for a 2-yard gain. And Connor Stafford, the QB, we did not see much of him throwing the ball in our game here against Merrimack Valley. Basically, they just ran the ball and they had the big lead. There was no need to put it in the air.
Yeah, Winter was very effective running the ball in that game, so there was really no need to throw. They gave the ball to him. He took care of business. But tonight might be a different story.
Exactly. This is probably going to be a very competitive game so far in the early going. 5.5 minutes to go in the first. No score. A runoff tackle by Winter. Doesn't quite get to the corner, and he's tackled for no gain. So we'll bring up 3rd and 8 here for the Marauders. Their first offensive possession. Trying to move the ball on this stingy Raider defense. 2-1, they come into it. Hanover comes into this one 3-0. Pitch to Winter, gets to the line of scrimmage. Gains a few yards, but he's wrapped up nicely by a host of Raider defenders, and that'll bring up 4th down. Not much luck on that drive, but once again, we'll see on 4th and about 4. I got to imagine Hanover punts here.
Yeah, I think you have. I mean, they're midfield. Can't turn the ball over midfield. Got to punt it away. Let the Raiders drive down, or attempt to drive down at least.
And you had good defensive hold the last time, so no need to rush anything in the early going. Moises Salaya back to receive the snap and punt away. Milliken will receive that one on a couple bounces. He chases it, does corral it at about the 5-yard line. Turns around, makes one defender miss. Flag on the play. Milliken still on his feet, and then he's tackled as he reaches the 22-yard line. So, quick flag on the play. We'll check to see what that is before we step aside. It was clearly after the punt was returned, so Lebanon will keep possession.
Probably a block in the back, maybe.
I got to imagine, because it was about 5 yards after, and it is going to be on Lebanon. So we're going to step aside. Lebanon will take over after the yardage penalty. We'll come right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover. No score in the early going. 3:59 to go in the first quarter. Each team has traded possessions, punting on those possessions. After the penalty, Lebanon will be backed up to their 5-yard line, so just about basically where it was fielded by Milliken. Toss does go to Milliken, has a nice hole that he gets through, gains a few yards.
Hey, local sports fans, the new YCN Sports Talk, co-hosted by Jeremy Stout and Dave Collins, is every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin and House Sports Talk Show is on YCN every weekday evening at 6 p.m. YCN, your local view.
So it'll be second down and about 6 yards to go. Clock moving, 3:27 to go in the first. Hand off to the up man. I'm not quite sure who that one was. He was tackled immediately by the Marauder line, going nowhere, maybe losing a yard. And this Lebanon team has had a tough challenge so far in the early going.
Yeah, Ryan Milliken not getting too many big holes. He's had a couple of effective runs, but not too many big ones. And I mean, both teams' defense has looked sharp so far.
Broughton to Islander has been the best connection so far tonight. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Broughton surveys the field. Throws it out to Milliken, who makes the nice catch on the sideline. He does tap his feet inbounds before he's pushed out. That'll be a first down, Raiders.
Very nice catch there by Milliken, very athletic. Caught it in the air, spun around, took the hit, but held on. Very nice play by the Raiders.
And Broughton really seemed the field nicely in the early going. Had a few times where he's had to scramble. That one was one of them, but he doesn't seem to be flattered at all. There's an immediate handoff. Up the middle goes the running back. He bounces to the outside and will gain about 5. Maybe 6 on that run. It'll be second down and 4. They need to get just over the 29 for the first down. Lebanon coming into this one off the loss to John Stark, as Andrew mentioned, and winning 3 in a row in this series. Snap was fumbled, not quite handled by Broughton. He stepped away from the line before he actually had the snap. I believe he did fall on it, or at least a Raider player did fall on it, and it will be third down now, Raider ball.
And we'll see what Lebanon does here. They want to give it to Milliken, or
they need to do something.
Is it second down now?
Second
down.
Okay. Not really sure what happened there, because the first down was made when Milliken caught the ball, and then on first down they ran for 5 yards because it's 6 yards. So I don't know if that was a no play.
And then and then there was that fumble. Yeah,
that was a fumble. So it must have been a no play. So either way, it'll bring up second down and 4. At least the chain gang says second down. The scoreboard does too. I think the coaches are kind of questioning that. Seems to be a little bit of a delay on the field. 1:59 to go here in the first quarter. Now they're going to back it up 5 yards. So it must have been a false start. That must have been what it was. The quarterback moved a little too early, and just almost simultaneously the ball was snapped. They didn't know you could have a false start on the quarterback, but apparently if the ball's not snapped.
Yep, and there's the referee signaling.
But now it is third down. So we're all confused up here. Hopefully the refs know what they're doing. So they're moving the ball back to the 25, and it will be third down. So that play counted. Lebanon ball, third down. Shotgun snap to Broughton.
Ooh.
And he is immediately swallowed up by 3 Hanover defenders, and then fumbles the ball. Luckily pounced on by the Raiders. It'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, luckily Lebanon was able to fall on that one, because that would put Hanover right at the Lebanon end zone. They could easily run it in, but looks like the Raiders will get a chance to punt it.
Looks like about a 4th and 20.
So Islander will be punting from the shadow of his own goalpost. A couple steps into the end zone. He'll take a couple steps out and punt it from about the 2. Reed Winter back to receive the punt, but it'll bounce a couple times and go out of bounds. Hanover will take over at their own 47-yard line. When we come back, you're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover, where no score in the early going, 1:06 to go in the first quarter.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We'll pick the top performer in tonight's game.
So far, not any scoring, but some good running and passing action. And finally, we'll see our first pass from the Hanover QB. And that's going to be incomplete. Connor Stafford overthrowing the receiver deep. But nice ball he threw up there, just not able to connect.
Yeah, that was a nice throw. Both the receiver and the defender tried to make a play on the ball, just out of their reach. But strong throw there by Stafford.
Once again, oh, excuse me.
And I mean, he has been throwing the ball more than we've seen so far this year. Trying to mix it up a little bit, get the ball away from Winter, trying to confuse this Lebanon defense.
Right, not really throwing it much in the first few games, but now he'll need to do that. There's the pitch. Run off tackle, number 11 for the Marauders.
Alexander Mosenthal there, picking up some yards.
So that'll bring up third down and looks like about 4 yards. It's a clock moving here, just about 30 seconds to go in a quick moving first quarter, keeping the ball on the ground most of the night. Pitch goes to Mosenthal again. He'll get to the outside. Looks like he has the corner, and he gets there. Just crosses the first down marker, and that'll bring up a first down for the Marauders.
Our replays are brought to you by Kasasa, a catchy word for earning cash. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See them for details. Member FDIC.
So the Marauders will get a first down, but we won't see that first down until the second quarter. Time has run out in the first quarter, so they'll switch sides. Hanover will keep the ball, 1st and 10. We'll take a quick break and come right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.